What's going on, good people? So look, Queeta Queeta, Queen Quita. Look here, y'all. You heard it from me first. She's retired from YouTube. She just hasn't told you all about it yet. We'll talk about it. So, all of you know, some of you may know, I do commentary on what I see on YouTube, what I see in the world. No rhyme or reason, whatever motivates me. There was something about Quita from Atlanta Street Interives that kind of sparked my interest, as it did many of you all. Her story is she was locked up in prison for 8 years. She was out on the streets doing her thing, walking the streets, getting customers, or I guess the new terminology is making plays, selling herself on the streets of Atlanta in the Glenwood area. Marcus, the street interview, met her and basically introduced her to the online internet, YouTube, as well as to OnlyFans, OF, as well as to her most recent. Once she got on OF, she got to MP, which is mega personals. Now, what's the significance about that? Before she met Marcus, she was basically hustling on the street, hanging out at the gas station. But once Marcus introduced her to the online world, with Marcus's intent was to allow her to see that she could make money off of YouTube, because her personality is such that you either love her or you hate her, right? And speaking about hate, the video I made the other day when I was talking about Quita needs to go back to prison, maybe I didn't make myself clear, because many of y'all understood what I was saying, but there's some who say, "Ooh, you're a mean, hateful man. Why would you want anybody to go to prison?" No, I do not want anybody to go to prison. But that video that I made referring to Quita as the bully of YouTube right here, check it out. I was simply saying this and this alone. If you put your hands on people, if you beat people down because of something they said, that's assault and battery. And if you are using that prison mentality in the real world out here on the streets, there's no place for you in society. And if you can't obey the laws, then you need to be held accountable and be locked up. So what struck a nerve for me was Quita attacked the girl, and witnesses said the girl didn't even fight back, attacked the girl for saying that if Quita jumps her sister, she gonna jump in. And so Quita jumps the sister that said that. So don't get me started, but where in anybody's right mind will someone think that's okay and acceptable, or that someone who acts like that should not be locked up? I don't know. But let me say it again. I want Quita to win. I want everybody to win. I'm not a hateful person. However, I'm going to call it like I see it. If you walk around here jumping on folks, you need to be locked up. Y'all get it? Everybody get it? We on the same page? All right. So back to today's story. I think Quita, she's retired. She's retired from YouTube. She just ain't tell y'all about it yet, all right? Better, without the ebonics. Quita has left YouTube. However, she has not informed her employer and her supporter and benefactor Marcus and the rest of y'all that she's left yet. And here's my thought. Here's my thought. All right, now, y'all know how I run my show. Write in the comments what you think, good or bad or indifferent. I don't delete comments. Sometimes comments get held up by YouTube, and I'll release it eventually when I check out the comments. But here's my thought, and here's why I say what I say. Quita was kind of dragged into YouTube by Marcus. But Quita really does not like this exposure, because this YouTube exposure messes with her ability to make money in the illegal world. One hand is a good thing because people see and look at her and she becomes known. But on the other hand, she becomes known, right? As well as, to do this YouTube stuff, you got to have a certain kind of personality. And that personality is where the comments that you read and that you see does not faze you or bother you, right? It may faze you, but you get over it. And I think in spite of Quita's hard exterior, on the inside, she looks at those comments and it impacts her. Hence the makeover, right? She got the long hair, got a nice wig, I guess, and makeup. And so she's definitely influenced by what people say. And for you to be on YouTube, that's hard. That's difficult for a person unless you're strong-willed, strong-minded. And so I think that's playing a negative impact on her. Secondly, the whole money thing, right? Think about it. You do your YouTube videos, you exposing yourself, you open up yourself to the world, and now you're waiting for YouTube to give you a check a month later that they're going to be taking taxes out of, right? Now, I get it. That's legal money. But if you grew up in the world or you're part of that street world and you're used to that fast money, and you can make that fast money elsewhere, as in OnlyFans or in OnlyFans, you have a little bit more privacy because people have to pay to actually view. You just don't have people looking for free like you have on YouTube. And then to move on to the online dating services, escort services like the MP, that money don't compare to YouTube. Now the risk is greater. The risks are greater. And it's a dangerous profession to be in. I don't think people really emphasize that enough. You get the wrong person out here, you'll never be seen again. But for someone like Quita, that fast money, YouTube don't have a chance. Even such, now I understand she hasn't been posting recently because of the strike she got, right? Still, that's no excuse, because even if you get a strike, guess what? You still can record and upload a video. And I think the last video I saw about Marcus, he was telling her, hey, you got to put forth some effort in this deal. All right, I understand you got struck and you can't go live, but you still can record a video. And she said, well, I don't know. Well, no, I don't know is no excuse, because if you want to know, if you want to figure it out, you can figure it out. And Marcus gave the speech about, you put one step forward and people will help you out and put forth the effort. And he gave the story about his dad starting the club, and all that was great motivational talk. All of that was great motivational speech. However, you got to have an ear to actually hear it. And bless Quita's heart, I don't think she heard what he was saying, right? She was listening. Or how's it say? She might have heard it, but she wasn't listening, because the attention span is so short with her. It's not even funny. So my position or my thought is this: Quita's done with YouTube, even when that ban gets lifted. Because it's too slow. It's slow money. And if you're used to that fast money, as Quita mentioned when Marcus was telling her you need to be making content. Quita said, I don't know if y'all picked this up. She said, I still have my other business. All right? The business that pays. The business that a guy just pulls up and gives her X amount of dollars. The money, you can't compare the money. And I think Quita's looking at the money, the quickness of making plays. And guess what? She don't got to be on the street no more, because now she's been introduced to the internet online world. She said she was at the mall. One of the guys pulled up and just gave her some money. Now, the other side of the story is, and those of us who've been around, we understand this, that the longevity of that quick money is not long at all. The risks that are involved in the quick money, jail time or life being taken away from you, the possible diseases, all the stuff that comes with that fast money will make a person who has some bit of maturity and understanding and clarity of mind to understand that it's not worth it. All money's not good money. However, Quita's not there yet. She's not there yet, right? And even though she's 38 years old, that clock is ticking as far as when she, well, I'm not gonna go all there, but even though she's 38 years old on paper, but in the mind and maturity and understanding, she's definitely not 38. You know, I noticed, just on a side note, I noticed something, and I noticed with the guys that come and work for me, right? Whatever age, because I list my business in the what's the thing where you do the repeat offenders? No, where you do the people coming out of prison. They got a fancy name for it. Flip the Script is one program I hire guys from. What's the other program? Second Chance, right? And those guys work out real good when they first get out. They work out real good, but usually they get back in that environment that they came from. And when they start making some money, that attitude changes. You know, when in the beginning, Mr. Troy, what they need, Mr. Troy, who get you? They start making that money, you already know. And then when they don't have to drop no more from probation, but that's not where I want to go. Stay focused. My point I was trying to make with Quita's understanding the maturity level and not being able to realize that she's on a dead-end street with this making plays. It's a dead-end road. Is that even though she's 38, she's really much younger as far as mentally. You know, I was watching her one day, she was having a temper tantrum. I'm like, is this a toddler? And I don't want to make fun. I'm not trying to make fun of anybody that may be delayed or impaired, but something's going on. As well as I noticed the guys when they got out of prison. Say if a guy goes in at 18 and he may come out at 45, but it seems like the mentality level is that of an 18-year-old. It's almost like when you go to prison, your growth is stunned or something. Has anybody else noticed that? Am I the only one that's noticed that? So, yeah, I think Quita's retired from YouTube. She just hasn't told us that yet. But certainly wish her the best. Don't want to see her locked up again. I really don't. However, if she's out here committing crimes, and there's different type of crimes, don't get me wrong. Some crimes are more acceptable than others in my mind. But if you beating up on defenseless, innocent people, then you need to have your butt locked up. And I'll say it again. Add more to it, then I'll take it away. But I don't wish to see her locked up. Right? However, hopefully she has the insight to realize that MP page, that online escorting, the OF, it's quicker. The money's quicker, right? Quick money. We all know these lessons. Well, I'm assuming we all have learned these lessons, but everybody's learned. The quick money is quick, but just as quick as you make it, it goes out the window. And the risk that you are taking with your life is not worth it. It really isn't. But hey, she got to learn that on her own, right? I think she comes off her strike is up as far as having a week off because she showed something she shouldn't be showing. I think that's off today. And we'll see if she goes live again. I'm telling y'all, that YouTube money don't compare to that online escorting money. No comparisons. Tax free. But the slow YouTube money, the slow money, the square money. I'm a square. I'm a square. I'm no hustler, no player. I'm a square. However, I got to this age being a square, right? And there's many of my boys growing up in Detroit in the 80s. They're no longer with us because of that fast money. That fast money. It's Queeta Queeta if you're watching me. That fast money. It's fast, but it don't last. And I like that. It's fast, but it don't last. On that note, tell me what y'all think in the comments. For the new subscribers, I appreciate you so much. Thank you for subscribing to the channel. Thank you all for watching the channel. And this is a safe space in the comments section where you want to express what you feel. You disagree with me, agree with me. or indifferent or don't really give a care, let me know. It's all good, all right? Just don't beat up on the other people in the comments, all right? That's what I'm here for. Beat up on me, all right? Peace and love. I don't know where that came from. Bye.